right, welcome back to part 2 of this series on mom wave counts and price action wave counts. So, got several other things to show you today. I might even go into a third video on this, I'm thinking. So, you know how we say that momentum leads price action, or at least it, well, sometimes it does, and then other times it just leads the trend waves. It's definitely faster than the trend indicator, the 50 MA. So here's an example of that, where we started a, by the way, this is an important thing to say. Okay, so when the 50 MA is going down, that's our trend indication. That's not the same as saying the trend is down. That's saying the indication is the trend is down. I don't identify a downtrend until we get to wave 3. So we never got to a wave 3, which would have been down here, below the wave 1. And therefore, a trend never did develop out of there. So that is important to say. Now, what we did get instead is here we got a higher low, and at that same time, we had a first cycle low after Dad turned up. So again, there is your momentum shift. It's not just a divergence. A lot of people get this mistaken. They think, oh, it's just a divergence on mom. No, it's supported also by Dad turning up. Dad is, the way I put together my indicators, we're always using things pairs. So K and D are a pair. Mom and Dad are a pair. So Dad is the lagging indicator, but it's the actual momentum indicator, not mom. Mom is faster. We use our wave counts on mom, and because of that, it can give us an earlier indication of when Dad is going to turn before it turns. Same with K and D. D is the actual cycle indicator. So it's slower, it's more accurate, but K is faster, and you get all these, wiggly lines and kind of noisy signals from it. But that's exactly what allows it to give you faster patterns sometimes. So, yeah, a lot of times it's just kind of chaotic, but we wait for those patterns, namely the second chance patterns. Okay, so important to understand that that's what we're doing. We're using a lagging and leading indicator together, both on momentum and on cycles. So, okay, so we got both mom and dad confirming a momentum shift here. So that is not a trend trade, but it is a momentum trade. And therefore, we'd only give that a 4 out of 5, by the way, because trend indication is still down and because it's early in a new trend. Now, if it was late in an extended trend, let's say that we were on a wave 7 down and we got this pattern, then I would actually give it a 5 out of 5. Why? Because I would say trend is on my side. But you'd say, but Barry, wait a minute, but trend is down even on a 7 wave. I'd say yes, but it's past the average wave of 5 waves down. Therefore, the trend is no longer our friend. It's like the trend is your friend until the end. Well, after wave 5, it's no longer our friend because now we are into the territory of it being an exception to the rule for it to continue. Therefore, to trade against it is actually, you've got trend on your side because you're in an extended trend, less likely to continue. Okay, that's another thing that people have asked about, or just really mistaken. They haven't asked that specific question. I don't think they knew to ask that question specifically, but give me the opportunity to answer it. Okay, so now we get our, so now here's the weird thing though. You get your average wave 3, get extended wave 5. So now, again, I've had people ask me, well, does that mean then I should get out there because, dang, momentum is already extended? And the answer is no, because momentum, again, is non-correlated to price in the sense that, well, they're not directly correlated, so, and it's faster. So momentum will make a lot of different moves within a trend. It can move against a trend and not change the trend, because momentum, it can sometimes be short-term shifts and other times long-term shifts. but you have to take it into account as to, again, how far are we in that trend? Well, we're just getting started with this trend now. So yeah, we got a 5-wave momentum pattern, but we're only in wave 1 of the price trend. So therefore, we're not expecting this price trend to reverse yet. So, but now we will expect that momentum will come out of it before it continues. And that's exactly what happens. So sure, it comes down. We get a down trend on MOM. And what happens with that, therefore, it creates a failed 3 instead of a full 3, instead of an actual wave 3 here. And that's because momentum has come out of the market. Still makes a higher high, right? Still makes a higher high. But the real bodies are not above the high of wave 1. And then it comes down, makes a lower low, and then goes up. So now we've got our average 3-wave pattern here. Doesn't mean it's necessarily over, but we do hold the 15 EMA, and that's your first retrace in the trend, and that's not a bad trade. Plus we have a mini divergence here. So very high probability cycle low with average momentum. Now see, we do have a momentum going down to 0. MOM goes down to 0, but it's on a complex retrace. So therefore that's allowed and does hold the 15 EMA and goes on up. So that would be a fine trade. That meets our rules. But you'll notice, holy mackerel, we do get a real trend going because, as I mentioned in the last video, we only have a real trend if it goes 3 waves. And it does that, but does not go 5. And if you notice, the MOM trend continued down. 1, 2, 3, 4 did not break the high of 2, and then 5. So while the price continues trending up, momentum continued trending down this whole time. But if you look, again, we have this situation where with momentum trending down, if you were to place your stop below the low of that bar, you would have been stopped out. So below the previous cycle low. And that's what tends to happen with these kind of things, which makes it a little more challenging. So then again, since momentum's still going down, now we go down and dramatically go down, have a long, that's just a, that's not even a complex retrace. So really momentum kicks to the downside again, goes below 0 this time. And now starts wiggling back up. So goes back to the 50 MA, gets a little bit above it. 50 MA goes flat, a little above, a little below, and now tries to get some speed going. But what happens? Well, now, dang, we're back at a 5-wave uptrend on MOM. MOM's been trending up this whole time, while price action's just been kind of, wiggling around here, and the 50 MA this whole time has been flat. So this is the deal. You got to put them together, put the signals together. So we do put in another higher high. Notice you get your confluence of MOM and dad here with a cycle low after, that's actually the first cycle low after dad turns up. MOM stays above 0. And it's the first retrace in the trend. That is a very ideal situation. The only thing that's not ideal about it is that we are already in an extended MOM trend. But I'm still going to say this, if you can get a first retrace in the trend on price and a first cycle low after dad turns up together, and it not be such an extended MOM trend, boy, that's fantastic. Watch for those. That's what I would consider a fewer, better trade. So even though we're extended here, MOM doesn't come back down to 0. We still make another higher high. So yep, we go to 7. Again, there's no limit. We do not impose any number of waves the market can have because it's going to do what it's going to do. It's a wild animal. There's no rule. There's only probabilities. But again, because it is extended, now all we do is we put in a wave 3. And then it doesn't go to 5 because then we get our momentum shift coming back down. And now what is this? This is a good pattern, okay? We got that and we got that. Actually, let me, we're shifting to a little different topic here. So, and I'm not going to use the arrow, I'm just going to use my line. So what's cool here is we get a triangle. Alrighty, let me connect this one, just make it super clear. There we go. All right, so we get a triangle. So after a big up move on momentum, now after this triangle, what do we get? The first cycle high after Dad turns down again. So momentum is shifted. Dad started turning down right here at the wave 7. Dad was up, now it's turning down. That's your big momentum shift. So we get a consolidation pattern. Notice that Mom and Dad are pretty much hovering around 0, even though they're going down a little bit, but they're not going down dramatically. So therefore, we do go into a consolidation pattern. The big question people have with triangles is, well, which way are they going to break? Well, I trade them in the direction of momentum. So here we could even take it, if you wanted to be aggressive, and this would be aggressive. So you got a couple choices. If you want to be aggressive, you could go short there because that's the first cycle high after Dad turned down. If you want to be more conservative, you don't really see the triangle there though yet. You see? So the triangle isn't seen until this low is put in. You get your equal lows. So then you're like, oh, we got a triangle. Okay, and momentum is going down. And so you could go short here. And bada bing, bada boom, we get a nice move out of that. Nice impulse move. Nice strong move. So, but then, the other thing I will look for on triangles is to make sure that Mom on the higher time frame is also angling down. That's absolutely critical. So that's how I determine which direction to trade any type of breakout of consolidation. I look for the direction of Mom on the higher time frame. All right, how are we doing our time? Well, we've got a couple minutes, but we're almost done. So rather than start something new, since I don't really have time to give it justice, let's do that on the part 3. So this is one of the things that I find people struggling with a lot, is how to read Mom and Dad in relation to price wave. So it really does deserve at least 3 videos. I'm happy to do this for you, and hopefully it will help. If you have any questions about things that I'm saying in this video, feel free to send an email at barry@topdogtrading.com. If I'm not being clear on something, or you just need clarity on something, please ask me. I'm here to help you, and I do know from talking to many traders that this is one of the things, the Mom-Dad thing, a lot of people don't quite get it or have a hard time. It takes them a little while to really wrap their head around it. So nothing wrong with that. It's an unusual way of trading momentum. I'm the only one I know who trades this way. And I still remember when I first came up with this, it was a revelation to me. The light bulbs just went on. So it's very, very powerful, but it's not real clear, real obvious, or real intuitive. So sometimes you have to look at it 2, 3, 4, 10, 20 times. But once you get it, believe me, you will be happy that you stuck in there and you finally got it.